Welcome to On the Prowl. I'm your host, Nyla Moore, and with me today is the coach of the Destrehan Wildcats, Coach Stephen Robicheaux. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thanks, Nyla.
Coming up on today's show, Coach Robicheaux will break down last week's playoff game against the Terrebonne Tigers, and we will get Coach to look ahead to this week's playoff game against the Mandeville Skippers. And finally, we'll take a look back at this year's battle for the paddle. So, Coach, congratulations on your opening round win in the playoffs. How do you think your team played last Friday night?
I thought we played quite well. You know, we were able to do some good things on offense. We ran the ball well. We threw the ball well. We did a good job. And we played defense. They moved the ball a little bit, but overall we stopped them when we had to, obviously. And so overall, I thought we did a good job. You know, having week 10 off kind of had me a little bit worried, but our kids came out. We were at home, and they came out and played well. So I was happy to be able to still be playing this week.
You stated that your team made a few bad plays early on in the game. How do you plan to fix this so it doesn't happen again?
Well, you know, we creatures of habit, and we just do it every week. Continue doing the things that make you successful. Obviously, you know, work on the mistakes you made. We had some costly penalties that hurt us, and you know, kind of worked on that a little bit. Worked on fundamentals, but overall, you know, you just got to come back, have a good week of practice, kind of put that one behind you, and just go on. And I thought our kids did a good job this week of focusing on Mandeville and kind of let that one go. But they understand that right now it's one and done, and all your focus has to be on this week, and that's the key for us this week.
Do you feel that your team was prepared after having a week off at the end of the regular season?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I thought our coaches did a tremendous job. You know, Coach Bourne on offense, Coach Scott on defense had a great game plan. Kids did a tremendous job executing. You know, it was probably 41-0 with the ones. So overall, I thought, you know, our kids played well. But, you know, as football coaches, we look at the negative, probably a little too much. And, you know, when you go in and win a first-round playoff game by that margin and not give up any points, obviously you did something real good. So we're happy for the kids, obviously. I think they did a tremendous job. But, you know, coaches want to fix what was broken, and that's what we focused on this week, the little things.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights.
Right here, comes up, does a good job tackling the receiver for a short gain. Got a bunch of Wildcats to the ball right here. Rob Hall, guy's doing a good job. There's Justin with the ball from Cohen. Justin's just so big and physical. He's really a tough matchup of people. Christian doing what he does best, just finds a crease in the middle. Does a good job. C.B. Anderson with a good catch over the middle. Cohen with a nice catch, with a great effort by Justin, trying to get down to the 1-yard line. And Christian finishes off. Great job by the offensive line there. Great job by Alex, who's all right here to kind of string the play out, let the other guys get there. Another great job by Alex. Getting pressure on their quarterback. He was their best player, and we had to get to him. And good job there by Jay Stroud and Karan Webb. Christian Mosley again right up the middle. Nice 15-yard gain. Mike Young around in. Receivers doing a great job blocking. J.L. Blood eluding the rush, does a good job. Christian Mosley with a great run. Offensive line, I thought, did real well. Brought a lot of holes for Christian and John to run through, so did a good job. That's one of those crazy penalties we had. As going in the playoffs, you really got to do away with those penalties that can really cost you a game. John with a great run. That great vision for a sophomore, he really does. Christian Mosley again around in. Great downfield blocking. Carl Lewis is another one of our little sophomores. He's going to have a great career for us. Kind of sitting in the wings right now, but he's going to be a real good player. Jonathan Duhorn, Rob Hall, do a great job right here getting the ball for us. JR hits Mike with a great pass. Christian running so hard. Nice run. A touchdown. Tell you, when we could be able to run the ball like that, it kind of opens everything up. So that's the key for us. Offensive line doing a tremendous job. Elijah Hayes, Dakota Tolbert, Sam Matthews. They do a tremendous job up front. Jacob Rouser. They don't get that name called a whole lot, but those guys are constantly working. They do a tremendous job and allow us to do the things that we can do. So my hat's off to those guys right there.
What emotions were felt about Cohen Grande throwing his first touchdown pass since he's been back from his injury?
Really nice to see that. I mean, Cohen's such a class guy, just a tremendous competitor. For him to be back and be able to do the things he's done with the torn ACL is truly incredible. He's the leader for our team. I mean, JR came in and did a tremendous job in his absence, but Cohen is our guy. He's a leader. He's a senior. He's won a lot of ball games, so he's the guy you want. And to be able to see him back in there is just truly special.
News was that Christian Mosley injured his shoulder in the second quarter and never returned to the game. What are his current conditions? He's
fine. He had a bruised shoulder. It was kind of a deal where kind of held him out for a little, didn't want to make sure he got hurt any further. So we kind of held him out, but he got x-rayed that night and he's fine, so he's ready to go this week.
Even though Mosley could not finish the first half, do you feel like he was a big part in the game's final score?
There's no doubt. I mean, whenever he, runs the ball the way he does, he just opens up so many other things for us, our passing game and so forth. But he's such a special athlete. He's so fast, and he really hits the holes quickly. And I tell you what, he's been a difference maker for us. He's got over 1,500 yards so far in 10 games, which is truly amazing. So he's done a great job for us all year, and just hopefully he can get us a few more wins.
Let's take a look at the second half highlights.
John with a good run up the middle. Just a nice catch. He gets so many yards after the catch. It's really a good deal to say. Jonathan Duhorn with a great play right here that stopped him from getting in the end zone. Got both of our backs went over 1,000 yards in 10 games. That's pretty impressive. There's John with an incredible run for a young guy. I tell you, he's special. JR with a nice pass to Justin. And Justin finishes it up. Bryce, nice play there. Bryce has done a good job for us all year. And John with another one of those long runs that we've been so fortunate to have. Puts up 41-0 in the third quarter. Now we got a few young guys in here that's getting some valuable experience. Edwine Green, good job. Kyle Edwards with a nice run. Here, Kyle, another good run by Kyle. We're just trying to run out the clock here. Edwine Green. It's kind of special to see that little freshman make a touchdown in a playoff game. I tell you what, he was so excited after the game.
Your offense managed to rush over 300 yards last Friday. What can you say about your running game so far into the playoffs?
Well, that's what got us there so far. I mean, those guys have done a tremendous job, and obviously, if you're getting that much yardage on the ground, that means that your offensive line is playing real well. And I tell you what, Coach Antilles and Coach Wagersback have done a tremendous job with the offensive line. Those guys have truly done a great job, and a lot of pride in what they're doing. And for us to be able to run the ball so much is truly a reflection on the way they're playing. So I'm excited for that group. They've done a good job so far. So hopefully they can continue to play well.
What can you say about the rotation between quarterbacks J.R. Blood and Cohen Grande last Friday? Does it benefit your team?
I think so. You know, obviously we wanted to get Cohen more and more reps. We weren't sure. We got him in there a little bit in week 9, and we wanted to kind of just slowly bring him along. And didn't have a plan of how far he was going to go, but he kind of, you know, played a good bit. So just kind of getting him ready, game shape, and try to get him ready to go. But he's, like you said before, he's worked extremely hard and gotten himself back. And I think we're going to continue to use both as long as, you know, we can. It's a good problem to have when your starting quarterback goes down and you got a guy like J.R. to come in. But you know, they've been doing a good job with it, and they're good friends. They really like each other, and they work well together. And I think they're just both so happy for each other. And I think that's the key for those guys. There's no animosity one way or the other. They just truly handle it like professionals, and it's just been a great experience for both of them.
So how was it to have freshman Kyle Edwards wrap up the game with a 38-yard touchdown?
Well, we wasn't really trying to score there, you know, because you don't try to score that many points, obviously. Yeah. But he's just, you know, he does what he needed to do. He had a great freshman year for us. He's a guy that runs real hard. He's 6 foot. He's fast. He does a tremendous job, and he's got a chance to be a real good football player. And you could see that in that run, obviously. And I just remember back last year, John Emery were doing the same situation, running out the clock, and he ran one for a touchdown against H.L. Bourgeois. So those guys are football players, and obviously, you know, we're really excited about the future. Got 2 good running backs coming up in Edwin Green and Kyle Edwards. So we're excited about that, of course, and then we haven't getting John Emery back, so we should be pretty good at the running back position the next couple of years.
Thanks, Coach. Coming up, we will get Coach to look ahead to this week's playoff game against the Mandeville Skippers. And we will take a look back at this year's Battle for the Paddle kickoff fundraiser. We'll be right back.
It's the beginning of the new year and time to start with those resolutions. What better way to start than with the Get Fit United Way program? In this program, participants go through 12 weeks of training and eating healthier. But what really goes on during that time? On the first day, participants meet with their trainers and receive their 24-hour access keys for Anytime Fitness. From there, they go through a 1-hour health class, 2 days of boot camp, and a day of group gym training during the 12 weeks. After the end of the 12 weeks, everyone who participated receives discounted Anytime Fitness memberships to continue their training.
Welcome back to On the Prowl. I'm your host, Nyla Moore. Here's a look back at this year's United Way kickoff fundraiser, Battle for the Paddle. Don Cermak has the story.
I live in Armand. I've lived out here 25 years, so I've known about it since its inception.
Well, we started off on site with the Norco Manufacturing Complex. We had a little mini cook-off / tailgate kickoff at the end of August. We had about 16 teams come together. We cooked, and the top 2 teams in jambalaya and gumbo each are out here today.
We do this each year for our company as a way to give back to United Way, as well as come out here and kind of let everybody try our gumbo.
We actually just started competing about 3 years ago.
This is my 4th year with the site and 3rd year out here.
It's 6 years roughly.
Yeah, this is all funded by all our volunteers that come out and cook. We all chip in, we pool our money together and our resources, and yeah, so it's all out of our own pocket.
Money's not really an option when it comes to United Way. Personally and with our site, it's worthy of a great cause, and we'll do whatever we can to help out.
The cooking equipment that is out here is a lot of personal cooking equipment. We're able to expense the cooking products through work as a way for our company to give back to the cause.
Well, we do a lot of these cooking competitions, so we got it down. We can set up in about 20 minutes.
Well, we got here about 6:45 this morning. Pots got lit about 11 o'clock, and then from there, we'll start serving at 3, and judges will do at 4:40.
It takes a couple hours to get all set up and cut all of your ingredients and do everything you need to get ready to cook.
We just add our own flavor. Like with us, we're a Gold Excellence Award winner for Ducks Unlimited. We're the St. Charles chapter. We're also the reigning roadkill cook-off champions. So we add little different elements like that to kind of show off our brand. Our Duck Commander hat, our aprons, with our automatic bottle opener in them.
The pot is what makes the gumbo, without a doubt. Everybody out here will tell you that it's not the cook, it's not anything else, it's the pot.
It takes a solid team as far as everybody getting along and everybody knowing their part. When we arrive in the morning, we kind of already have talked about it the previous day to know what everybody's going to do when they get here.
The best part about this is the camaraderie. I think it's all these teams coming together. You know, everybody's got their own little niche to cook, you know, a gumbo or a jambalaya. And it's getting together with everybody out here and having a good time and, you know, cooking some good food and seeing what everybody else is doing with their pots.
The best part is kind of, you know, getting the chance to hang out with your coworkers and put together a gumbo, and then when the people start coming in and taste it, kind of seeing the reaction on their face to know whether or not, you know, you've done a good job cooking it or if, you know, you need to improve for next year.
Thanks for that story, Don. So, Coach, with the 42-0 Mandeville win over Thibodaux last week, are there any concerns with Mandeville this week?
Very much so. They're a good football team. You know, they throw the ball real well. They have a quarterback that has thrown for over 2,000 yards, and that's the one thing that we hadn't really faced all year is a good quarterback that can throw the ball. Last time we saw a real good quarterback was week 1 against Slidell, so it's a big concern for us. He does a tremendous job. He's an athlete back there. He runs the ball quite well. He's a guy that we need to kind of bottle up. Receivers do a tremendous job running routes. They do a great job running timing routes. Just a really, really well-coached team. They've been a great tradition at Mandeville in the past 5 years. They've been in the the semifinals 3 times and the quarterfinals once. So they're a team that really start playing well in the playoffs. They've had a lot of success. So you know, for us to have to go up there is going to be a tough match for us. They do a good job. They run to the football defensively. They're hard-nosed. They play extremely hard, well-coached. It's going to be a tough battle for us Friday night.
Will traveling during the playoffs make a difference in the way your team competes?
I hope not. You know, you like to think that your team now at this point in the season can handle travel. You know, we've won some big games on the road, obviously, and I think that's going to help us for the playoff games. But you know, it's just going to be a game that we really have to eliminate our mistakes and play really well to come out and win the football game.
What are some things you tell your team to keep them focused on the weeks ahead?
Well, it's really not hard to keep them focused at this time of the season. They know what's at stake, you know, because now it's win or go home. So they understand that. They've been working extremely hard. We just try to get them focused on what they need to do and what they need to do to be successful. And our kids have done a great job. They practice extremely hard. They're focused. They've watched all the film they can watch. So you just got to go in and do what you normally were doing. But they understand now the sense of urgency, because if you don't win, you pick up the equipment, and nobody wants to do that at this time of the year.
Always a pleasure talking to you, Coach.
Thanks, Nyla. Appreciate it.
And that will do it for this edition of On the Prowl. For updates on Press Play Productions, be sure to check out our website at presstoplay.tv. Also, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Press Play Productions for pictures of the Press Play team. I'm your host, Nyla Moore. Thanks for watching.